It's a holly jolly night here in our Project Runway after show. Stay with us. It'll be fun.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Project Runway, Season 18, Episode 3. It's Christmas time. I am on Mekhal, underwear designer and your fashion guide. With me, I have a former model who worked for LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and Chicago Runways, Bria Williams.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Cody Epperson, who used to be a stylist for J. Crew for 6 years.
Hello. Seen a lot of rollouts.
And Issac Meisner, who loves fashion.
I do. Hi everyone. Thank
Hi,
you for
guys.
having me.
Wow, it was a really festive episode today. It's a Christmas.
I know.
I mean, before I'm starting to break the whole episode, I want to hear your overall thoughts. Let's start with you.
It was a good one for sure. The stakes were pretty high. I could see a lot of frustration with our contestants. Working with those kind of materials, obscure materials like that, is a nightmare, and holiday lines are important.
That's true. What about you?
Yeah, I loved it. This is actually my favorite challenge every season. And I remember it used to be the first episode of each season. So I used to look forward to that. But now I like that it's within this season. It's not like you get them out of the way. And I always feel excited to see what they come up with because I think it's super, super creative. And especially, it's like arts and crafts. And then you come up with clothing like that's insane to me. So I loved it. What about you guys?
So my thoughts were, of course I loved it because Christmas is my favorite holiday, but it was interesting to kind of see them work with all of the different materials, the unconventional materials, and I could see that a lot of them were getting frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was really cool from a viewer's perspective, just kind of see what they came up with because they slayed all the outfits.
Yeah.
I loved the episode. It was fun. It was holy jolly, but it's so stupid, if I'm allowed to say it. Like,
You can say it.
it's just like, what's fashion about that? Like, who is gonna use wrapping papers? You know, like, these challenges are great to see, like, their abilities, but in the same time, it's not fashion. Like, they need to create fashion, but nobody is gonna actually go and do it later on. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
When I
true.
don't see it as ability as a designer, it's just, like, weird.
Well, I think it's just more stretching their creative know-how. Like,
But for what?
I don't think
To use it
anybody.
when?
Well, no, I don't think anyone would to recreate any of those outfits. Someone would use wrapping paper. No one would use actual leaves from a wreath. Like, they would at least transfer over the print anything to a different material. But no, you're absolutely right. Though no one would ever use paper to construct a dress. That was clearly a nightmare.
Or cranberries.
But
Or
don't you consider
cranberries.
that couture when it's like an art piece and it's like it doesn't
But not
necessarily
from
make
paper.
sense? Well, maybe not from paper, but you know, like when they had like the cranberries or they had even the snowflakes and they're glittery and it did look on one of the garments it did look like lace.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe certain things you could still add them, but yeah, maybe a whole dress out of paper. Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah, well, I don't think
it's
they
like
use
a
a lot.
costume.
Yeah,
But-
a collection wouldn't be necessary.
Yeah, no, not a whole
but-
collection. No.
But like a staple piece. Like,
Yeah.
Or something just Instagram worthy, you know?
Right.
Just anything that catch your
Picture worthy,
attention.
that's
It's
it.
like, what? Was that paper? What? I
Well,
don't know.
before we continue, you have something to say to our viewers?
Yes, of course. So I want to invite everyone to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and also to subscribe and just connect with us through the comment section. We love hearing from you guys. We are also available on a podcast on Spotify and iTunes, but I prefer for you guys to see us because we do look different than what we hear.
And we have hats today.
Yeah, we're very festive today.
Very
We will be
festive.
really excited to just share with you guys your thoughts and any comments week to week.
So like and comment and subscribe, guys. Let's jump to the first thing. The holiday challenge. They needed to make a cocktail dress from unconventional materials. What did you think about this challenge? Like, what do you think about how they did? Who stand out for you? Tell me, like, throughout the episode. Like, how did you feel, Cody?
A lot of them did really well. I think there definitely were some disappointments. I mean, I couldn't make anything out of those materials, but a lot of them did a really good job, even with wrapping paper. Some of them did well, some of them didn't just well with wrapping paper. But I was really impressed because when they were initially shown, your materials are the decorations in the room. I was like, holy hell! Like, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
But I was impressed. A lot of them came out really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely more than I will be able to come up with. Like he said, I'm not gonna name any names, Brittany, but there were some people that did not do that great. So yeah, Brittany. But yeah, again, I appreciate the efforts, but again, I couldn't do half of their work, so I think it's amazing. But yeah, definitely there were some disappointments and other people that are gonna be missed. You know, especially the one who left.
We'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
I thought it was creative. I thought it was creative and cruel at the same time because, you know, they had to think outside of the box to create these holiday cocktail dresses, but it was cruel because who can make a holiday cocktail dress out of wrapping paper?
Mm-hmm.
So I loved it, and I was like you said, like, is this real life? To, like, what are we going to do with this after this? So...
Well, it is reality TV, and it is a competition, so I think that's part of what, you know, it's at the end of the day, they do want to have that shock factor or that something that grabs your attention. But, because it's true, like, this in real life, like, would you even purchase, like, a piece of clothing, know that it's paper? Like, I mean, I wouldn't.
Can't wash it.
It's a reality.
Can't wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the fact that how they did, what they did, a lot of them did great stuff. I mean, I didn't like at the beginning that Sergio was so full of himself. Even though, yes, you have what for, like his piece, we'll talk about later, was amazing, but the beginning was like, oh, I don't need advice, I don't need to talk to me. Like,
He was very cocky.
come on.
Yes.
And then Alan was a mess. Delvin also was a mess today at the beginning till he found out what he's, like, you know, till he was like, oh, I'm not going to pick up my stuff, I'm just going to, like, drink on the side. Funny, but at the same time,
Like,
you can see that he's lost because he knows usually like what he's doing, what material he's gonna use. He knows how to sew, how to how to cut, how everything is very organized in his head. And then today they gave him like such a mess, so he didn't know what to expect. So last week he was like, oh, he's gonna be my winner, but today I'm kind of like, I don't know, because life is not organized and by the plan, you know. So. That's about it. And Brittany, I feel so bad for her.
I know.
I feel so bad for her.
Her dress came out so awful. Sorry, girl.
But the whole idea was a mess.
I loved the idea. The chevron top, like she just honestly, I even wrote down, she just needed more time to work on that dress. The top, which I think was the best part, though it didn't necessarily fit the best. I love the different wrapping papers in there. I thought that was a really cool idea. I also really liked the cranberry fringe. I do understand what our judge was saying, though, about the sweat, cranberry sweaty waterfall. But I did think it was really beautiful. I kind of wanted to see it go more.
Yeah.
The dress, but then the bottom, the skirt part was what she struggled with, and she went back and forth like 3 times, and that was.
Wait. Let's wait with what we think about Brittany.
Getting ahead of myself.
Can I just say something about Brittany?
Here, guys?
I kind of felt like
we have time.
she like.
Well,
she got
wait.
into
Not
this
talking
move.
about Brittany anymore.
Oh, no, Brittany. No more Brittany. Okay, that's fine.
We're putting a pin in
It's
Brittany.
okay.
One
She
second.
wasn't that great.
Now I want to talk about the 3
The top 3
looks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if Steph have some pictures for us, but
We can pop up first.
we have Sergio.
This is Steph in the booth. I haven't yet received them, unfortunately, but fans at home, we are working on getting pictures in the next coming episodes if we don't have them today, so stick with us.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain. So Sergio
they heard me.
was
Oh.
one. So Sergio was one of the top 3 with this dress with the basket.
Yes.
I think it was the best look
It was.
of the night.
It was beautiful.
Sergio, I'm sorry that I was like me in the beginning, but
We have
Shabby.
to separate the artist from the art, right?
yeah, exactly. So this was great, and then we had Shabby,
Yes.
and then we had Victoria
Yeah.
with the cranberries.
And Chevy.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had like the rose kind of feathered
Yeah.
ruffle.
So what do you guys think about these top 3? Start with you.
Yeah, honestly, don't come at me, but I didn't like any of them. I'm sorry. I know.
Any?
Honestly, no, not really. Like, I wasn't like, oh my god, super impressed. I did appreciate Sergio's skills, especially, you know, it was tailored and again, it's paper, so you couldn't even believe it's paper. But it's like, I was like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful design. To me, it was just like, oh, a pretty dress. Like, I don't know, like, I wouldn't think of like, oh, I want to buy it for my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, and nothing like that. For Xavi's, I feel like it was too much material. I know he mentioned that it was for like bigger girls. He was trying to cinch in the waist with the belt. So again, I appreciate the construction part of it, but I just wasn't impressed. Sorry.
I'm so disappointed.
I know, and I had like just other people that I liked more. So I don't know. That was just more like on a personal.
That's why I was last.
Okay.
Yeah, I really liked the Young. I feel like she was very delicate, and it was like different textures, different layers, and it was very like flowy. I like that.
Her dress was lovely.
Yeah, I like Jeffrey Mack. He was the one with the V-neck and then the shoulder. It was long sleeve, and I actually wrote down. It kind of reminded me of like Balenciaga vibes, kind of. And then Marquise. I like his. You know, I know he said he was just trying to be safe and not get eliminated, but I actually liked it.
Really
I
nice.
just thought that those three actually throughout the episode, those are the ones that I thought, oh, maybe they're gonna be at least one of them in the top three. But again, I mean, I'm not the judge there. It's just a personal take.
Yeah.
But what about you guys?
Cody, what did you think about the top three? Like Sergio, Xavi, and Victoria.
I loved Sergio's. I was very apprehensive when he first started. I was like, really, a basketball dress? What are you thinking? But it
Right.
came out beautiful. It was very Charlotte York. I loved it. Xavi's also, I thought it was very nice. Not too exciting, but I do like what he was going for, like that nice curvy, bodacious look, and I thought he did a really good job of being able to complement body types like that. And I thought the fabric was beautiful, even though it was made out of like ribbons and Christmas wreaths. It was beautiful, and I really liked. What is her name? It's escaping me.
Victoria.
Yes, thank you, Victoria.
That's
That's mean.
That's because she's from Moldova, I'm telling you.
Her dress was beautiful, but what I don't think is fair is that she didn't use necessarily, what's the word, abstract materials? Unconventional.
Yeah.
Like they put Tyler in the bottom three because he didn't use unconventional materials, but her dress, though it was beautiful, was mostly made out of pillowcases, and then she used the cranberries from the decorations. So it's like.
But you can give it to her because she was thinking about the pillows. They're like from the beginning. She was
That's
like
true,
grabbing them because she knew that it's fabric.
But
She
weren't
knew-
those, like,
she
an
was smart,
African
she was
print?
smart,
Didn't
but-
someone see that? That it was like an African print?
She said it was an African
Oh,
print.
she said, oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure if that was
Unless
an
I'm
actual
misquoting her.
decoration or if that was just like the couch that is always there. Those pills are always there.
I wasn't
And
sure about that either.
Right? I was just confused. So I don't know.
I think like a couple of them two of them were at least like Christmas pillows. One of them maybe was just
Okay.
there all the time.
Yeah.
Bria,
they probably
what did you
have different
think
forms
about-
every day.
about
Victoria.
these three?
So overall, as far as well, just to kind of touch too, in our chat we had Karen, who is a fan of the unconventional materials that all the contestants were using. She said there have been a lot of unique unconventional material dresses on the red carpet, and the most famous being Lady Gaga's meat dress.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh! So our fans are a fan of the unconditional.
Sorry, he might have faced.
Why is it losing unconventional materials that they're
That's a
using?
tough phrase.
It is. But overall, my thoughts on the top three. I don't think Sergio should have won. I'm with you, where I just kind of like, I think he just needs to be a little more humble.
True.
And
But the dress was good.
the dress was good, but I'm still getting used to him.
Okay.
I really did like Victoria's. I thought that was something that I would wear on a red carpet if I ever could, with the cranberries, and I just thought it was very elegant. And then we had Xavi's that I thought it was super cocktail. Like, I thought that Victoria's was more of the elegant vibe. I thought that Sergio's was more of like magazine vibes, and I thought that Xavi's was more the cocktail. Like, he did what the competition was. So I thought Xavi should have won that one.
I kind of agree with all of you. I feel like Sergio was a runway look. I've seen Paris, like very couture, very nice. Xavi, I didn't like it like at all. It was such a mess. She looked like a walking pillow for me. Like it wasn't even like you guys are saying that
Yeah, there
it
was
was
no
not
shape
on her
to it.
curve.
Yeah.
I didn't see her curves. I didn't see
No.
anything there, but they liked it. And then Victoria, it was nice. It was just a bit too much details on it. Like, I wanted kind of like to like go to the side and throw up because too many like details and cranberries and like buttons and like what is it for, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So that was like for me these top 3, but Sergio was on the top for me, and then Victoria because the fit was cool, and then the other pillars. But what do you think about the bottom 3? Alan, Brittany, and Tyler. Let's start with you, Bria.
Okay, so Alan, Brittany, and Tyler. So Alan's, just to kind of replay.
Just remind
so Alan's
viewers, what was
was
it?
like lace with the feathers on the.
It was boobs.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
Alan's.
a ribbon. It was a ribbon
I know.
with the.
It was blue and
Okay.
And those boots.
So I was disappointed just because Alan's my favorite girl. You were my favorite. So I was very, very disappointed to see him in the bottom, let alone to go home. So he would have been in my top just because I like Alan. Brittany, I just thought it was a hot mess. Like
Yeah.
it looked like a bad like present wrapping job. So I understood that one. And who was the last one?
It was Tyler.
Tyler.
With the short dress.
yeah,
It's
Tyler-
too short.
Tyler could
Freakum dress.
Tyler could have
The
gone
freakum
home
dress.
too. Yeah, with the freakum dress, he could have freaked on out of there. I wasn't a fan. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Cody.
Alan's dress I actually thought had a lot of potential. I just personally, what did I write? The boots were a bad decision. It made it even more ravey than it needed to be. And I think it just needed a back. Like when she turned around and walked back down the runway, it just looked like, oh, she's wearing a bra. But I think if different shoes and there was a little more on the back of it, I think it would have been a better outfit because it wasn't too revealing. It was revealing, but it wasn't too revealing. Tyler, I feel bad for him because he was so worried about it being too costumey, and then he changed it so it wouldn't be, and then they told him it was, and I think he was so scared. I don't want to say scared because I don't know him. I wasn't there with him, but he said it looked like a candy cane, but it was kind of like a champagne candy cane in my in my opinion, and I actually thought it was really lovely before he changed it, and then when he changed it, he lost like 4 to 6 inches of fabric, and so that he kind of did himself a little bit there. And then Brittany, like I said, I actually really liked her. I didn't like her outfit. It came out really bad. But I liked what she was going for, and I think if she had more time, it would have been really, really lovely.
Isaac.
Yeah, she did say that what was the design on top that she was talking
Oh,
about?
like the wrapping paper chevron.
Yeah, she did mention that she was trying to go for that the whole dress. So yeah,
Oh, that's
definitely
right.
time was against her. And I don't want to say too much about Brittany anymore because I feel like I already said how I felt about her design. Not trying to bash her. Alan's, again, it was like EDC. I just feel like it had no business being there, especially with the boots. And so yeah, it was. I mean, I felt like he deserved to go home. Sorry. And Tyler, Tyler wasn't necessarily better. It just
True.
wasn't as bad. Again, because another thing that I did write down is that the judges did mention that he didn't have like, is it boning? Like a structure to it.
Yeah.
It was just a
Oh,
ribbon
yeah, there was,
and
like-
the feathers. So there wasn't really like much work to it than just like
The
the top and the
structure.
skirt. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think he deserved to go home. So. But I mean, maybe he could do a comeback on the next episode.
Ooh, maybe.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe they'll save him. I felt like Brittany was a hot mess.
Yeah.
I loved where she's going for, but you don't have time, and it's too much work, and you're using papers. And Tyler, I thought that he needs to go home because he is doing costumes. Like, for 3
I
weeks,
know.
I feel like it's always like something's uncomfortable there, and like, you need to know that it's too short, and you'll find something on the table to add on the bottom, like just like this little thing that you need to think of as a designer. Alan was totally a look that I'll see in Burning Man, and I love that she said it on the show, but like, definitely a Burning Man look and a good one. Not for holiday party. I mean, maybe for a holiday party because my girlfriends will go like this to a
Right?
holiday party. Like, they don't care. But it depends on what holiday party. If it's like your
Right.
office or I don't know. But I love the look, and I feel bad that he left after his sad story that his dad was deported.
I know.
And I'm like questioning like what's happening with the dad? Where is he? Why I didn't see him for 9 years? But it was such a sad story, and like I feel like he added so much to the show, and I feel like he was very creative. So I really hope that Alan will come back.
Girl, come back.
Enough talking. Let's play. Let's talk about the special segment.
Yes, we're going to do another round of Swatch Dog.
Ooh.
And this week we're going to spice up a little bit. So instead of just telling me what designer you think we need to have our eyes on, I want to do a little more. I want to do like a fantasy league for our designers. So I want you guys to tell me what 4 designers do you think that you want to look out for, and then we're gonna see how our teams do. Or I guess we need to do a drawing. I've never actually done a fantasy league myself.
Well, I'll give you my 4. Sergio, Delvin, Marquise, and Dayon. Dayon, you said?
Dayang.
She's cute. She's
the
hilarious.
Korean in me.
But these 4 for me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Okay.
based on today, based on the past 3 episodes.
Okay, you want mine?
Yes.
So mine is Dayoung, Nancy,
Mm-hmm.
Delvin, and Sergio.
And how about you?
I agree with Dayoung, Marquise as well, Jeffrey, and I'll give it to Xavi. I think it wasn't his best week, but he's done good work, so I'll give him that.
Okay. So I agree with most. It seems like we're all kind of on the same page here, because I also think Delvin and Dayoung, we all agree on Dayoung. She kind of blew it away this week, even though she wasn't in the top. We all liked it. Delvin, he's doing a good job. I kind of feel like he's under the same category as Sergio. He's a little cocky. Like, he just thinks he's a little above some of this stuff, and like he finishes early. He's like, oh, like I finished, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen,
But
this dog though that
I
you
know.
put on our show.
I know
I'm sorry
he's
if I'm
Swatch.
stopping
He
you.
wasn't in this episode because we didn't go to the actual store. I was
Oh
kind
my
of
god!
bummed.
Can we get him as a guest?
I know.
Oh my god, I wish. I
Please.
just want to like eat his little nugget body every day.
Keep going.
And then I think I agree with DeYoung and Delvin, but I agree with you on Nancy.
She's a silent killer.
Oh yes, she is. She's like, they're like, oh, she's so annoying and loud. I'm like, she's ready.
doing something
She's
over
doing
there.
something. She's creating something.
Yeah.
And then my other one, who did I say? Delvin. Oh, Marquise. I think so far he's been doing a real good job. I loved the ribbon fringe skirt he made this week. I thought it was lovely, and I think he's got a lot going for him.
Okay, guys.
The competition is on.
But I'm gonna hold on to this.
Let's talk about next
And
week.
we're gonna see how well this goes for all of us, and we'll see how our teams change. And then I'd love to hear from viewers. Tell us like your top 4, who you think's gonna make it, who you think's not gonna make it, and give us a little reason why.
Yes, please. We want to hear. We are reading your comments, so please write your things. But you have some news for us, Bria?
I do.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Alrighty, guys. So, Christian Siriano was actually on Wendy Williams a couple weeks ago.
Ooh,
Yes.
I love Wendy.
Yes.
she's a hella
She's
funny.
hilarious.
It's really funny.
Yes, she's awesome. So Christian was actually on Wendy Williams a few weeks ago, and he was talking to her about his. I think she's looking for the pictures. So he was talking to Wendy just about overall. A couple years ago, he dressed Leslie Jones. And if you guys don't know, this was in 2016. Leslie Jones is an actress, and she was having her premiere red carpet event where she went to, as you can see, he's there with Wendy. So she mentioned.
Look at Wendy, though.
I know, right?
David.
With her gym shoes on. But Leslie Jones was talking on social media about how she couldn't find a designer that would dress her just because of her size. So she's just a little bit bigger. She's not too much bigger at all. She looks great too. But Christian hopped on and said that he would be her stylist for her first premiere event. He said that she wanted to have her own pretty woman moment, and she looks great. So
She looks fantastic.
bravo to Christian for stepping up and taking it. And we also know that Christian doesn't only dress women, he also dresses men too. So if you guys remember
Where is
that
his number?
His notes are
What's happening?
He's actually outside the studio.
Oh my
Surprise.
God! Do you guys remember this Billy
Merry Christmas,
Porter outfit
guys.
on the Oscars though?
Yeah.
This went viral.
Wait, that's Mariah Carey.
That is Mariah
He was
Carey.
there a second
So
ago.
hard
There
to,
we go.
just kidding. I was like, he looks different today.
No, Billy Porter is up there though. But
Yeah.
he dresses men too. So Christian is they definitely talked about that on the show too. But one thing that Christian again prides himself in is being able to style all women. His latest muse was Mariah Carey, which is what we just saw, and that is his design. He covered her for Billboard magazine, so that actually came out today. And Mariah Carey looks
Nice.
bomb.
I
Yeah,
wanna
she
see
does.
it.
Yeah.
She's hot.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so finally Christian just prides himself on being able to dress women of all sizes. He definitely believes in that. He has his new line out with J. Jill right now for the holidays. So being able to have mothers also feel good as well during the holiday. And I quote when he says he wants women to feel glamorous and comfortable during the holidays. So check him out, Christian.
love
We
it.
are
Check
rooting
him
for
out.
you.
Yeah,
And
very
that's
cool.
awesome. Keep doing your thing.
Well, guys, let's go faster predictions because we are like running out of time.
Let's do it.
Predictions, start.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What do you think?
You can start. I
All
need
right,
to think
let's-
about it for a second.
Okay, Cody, what do you think?
I think, well, it's similar to what we did with our little fantasy league going on here, but I think we have a lot to look forward to from DeYoung. And I also do think, even though Brittany kind of bombed this week, I think we have a lot to look forward from her too, because her previous designs were pretty much fabulous.
Okay, Bria.
So, like I said, Nancy, I'm rooting for Nancy. She's my favorite as well.
Team Nancy.
DeYoung, I think she's gonna like really pull it together since Alan's gone too. So I
Wait,
think
Nancy's
that's
the one
her
that's
buddy.
breaking
Yes.
things
Yeah.
all the time, shredding things.
yes.
Oh wow, you guys are annoying too. I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, so Nancy, DeYoung, Delvin, and Sergio too are the ones I kind of have my eyes on. I definitely think that they're going to,
Surprise.
yes. they are
I'm
really-
just rooting for DeYoung too. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I think again, I just really like that she's very into detail, small details. So I'm rooting for her. What about you?
I feel like this show is full of surprises. After today, that Alan left and who win, who lost. I feel like I can't be sure of anybody right now because they all have their moments and then they're like just disappointing, or they're like suddenly coming from like such a low to like the top. So like I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Guys, where our viewers can find you online?
All right, guys, you guys can catch me at Bria Williams _ on Instagram, and yeah, every Thursday right here.
I'm on Instagram as Cody Epp, and I'm here.
And I'm Isaac Meisner. You can find me on all social media at Isaac Meisner. And I'm also here at the Latino channel, AfterBuzz Latino. If you guys want to see me there as well.
Oh,
We
I
cover
love
Spanish
that.
content, and it's brand new, our channel. So, guys,
We'll check it out.
Yeah,
Heck
check it
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys can find me on I am on Mekhal on Instagram and on Mekhal on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode, and we'll see you guys next episode.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas,
Bye.
guys!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.